Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Brian Jester, co-founder here at Occupy Fantasy, and we are back with some more NFL DFS picks and lineup advice for tonight's single game showdown slate, Thursday night football between the Packers and the 49ers. The show goes on. Lots of news to discuss in this episode. What we're going to do is talk about the injuries and COVID situations, then discuss some top plays, low risk, high risk contests, FanDuel and DraftKings, and just some general lineup strategies that help get you to the top of your leaderboards. We're getting close to 2,000 followers or subscribers here on YouTube. So go ahead and click that subscribe button before we get started. That way you're notified when all of our videos are released here on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. We always appreciate that. And any comments, questions you have about tonight's slate, just go ahead and hop in the comment section below. I imagine you'll have a lot of comments, especially once you hear the state of this slate. Uh, Not going to use much of the Occupy model for this particular video just because there's so much uncertainty. Recording this now at 10 a.m. Eastern, and there's going to be some news that flows in, and there's still going to be some uncertainty in the running back and receiver rooms for both of these teams. So let's just jump into it and let's talk about what to expect for tonight's game. So, first off, the Packers are 7.5 point road favorites against the 49ers. And let's start with the home team, the 49ers, with their injury situations and what that means for our DFS lineups. So, Jimmy Garoppolo is out. I don't even know if he's even listed. Where is? Oh yeah, because he's been playing so poorly, he's only 9K. He's listed as a backup quarterback. So Nick Mullins will get the start. He's 9,200 on DraftKings, on FanDuel. A little bit of a discount, 12K. Rarely do we see quarterbacks priced below that 13, 14K mark. So a discount on a starting quarterback. Always nice for low risk lineups. So we got that going for us. If we look at the backfield situation, Tevin Coleman is out. He re-injured his knee last week. Raheem Mostert is still out. So what does that mean? Oh, Jeff Wilson still out. That's three of their top running backs out. So we have Jermichael Hasty, who was an afterthought to start the season, but has been getting 50% plus of the snaps, most of the carries in the ground game when those other guys have been out. 50% workload split last week with McKinnon. And if you remember the Packers game last week, got shredded by Dalvin Cook. So definitely some issues in their run game. Could be a hasty game if the 49ers try to keep this game on the ground. And of course, McKinnon 8K will get most of the work of the passing game. Let's go over to FanDuel, see what those prices look like. Hasty is 11K. McKinnon is 7K. So certainly some value, especially on the McKinnon side of things here. We're just getting started. So tight end, George Kittle is out, broke a bone in his ankle, which means Ross Drelly will be the starting tight end. They may get Jordan Reed back from the injured reserve. They have to activate him by 4 p.m. Eastern today, and we'll see if they do that. I think we're expecting that. If he is activated, he'll step into his role that he was seeing before his injury, 15, 25 snaps, handful of targets in the passing game, work around the goal line. So let's see what their prices are looking like. We look at Dwelly. He's 4,800, reasonably priced. Jordan Reed, whoops, if I can type, 5,800. So they gave us no discounts on DraftKings. They knew Kittle was out. They gave us zero discounts on these guys. So obviously priced less than Kittle, but they're not priced. They're not productive as productive as Kittle, and their playing time won't be as such as Kittle's. Let's look over on FanDuel. Jordan Reed. Unsurprisingly, FanDuel dropped the ball here. He's a minimum price. That's pretty cool. Ross Dwelly, 6K. Both options to save salary and high risk or low risk contest, depending on what we need tonight. All right, we're not done yet with San Francisco. Let's talk about the receivers. Kendrick Bourne, COVID-19, tested positive yesterday. Could they escape some close contacts? No, they couldn't. Brandon Ayuk, rookie stud receiver, close contact. He's out for tonight. Deebo Samuel still out with his hamstring injury. So who do we have? Well, we have Trent Taylor, going to be their number one receiver. He is $400 on DraftKings. He's more of a slot receiver, been with the team for a while. Number one receiver tonight. They have Richie James, who has been the return specialist for them, but has played some on offense. If you played preseason DFS, you know about Richie James. He's pretty talented in the passing game. We'll see how they use him. He is questionable with the ankle injury, so once again, we'll have to monitor that. He's $200. Now, if not even if, when the 49ers have to call up guys from the practice squad, they have three options to choose from. They have Kevin White, who you may remember the Bears drafting in the first round a few years ago. If they call him up, because they've already called him up twice this year, if they call him up, he has to be on the active roster for good for the rest of the season. Kevin White, he's $200. They also have River Craycraft, who has been in and off on and off the team, the practice squad. He's $200. So all four starting receivers for San Francisco, $400 less on DraftKings. Very interesting times. Let's go over to FanDuel. Can't imagine they're much more, right? Trent Taylor, 5K. Kevin White, not on the slate. Cool. Craycraft, surprisingly on the slate, 5K. And then they also, I don't know how this guy's on the slate. Chris Fink is apparently how the media guy pronounces it. They just signed him to the practice squad a few days ago. He might be active. We'll see if they just release all the receivers to the active roster. I don't know how he's on FanDuel's player pool, but not Kevin White. But if he's active, he's going to play 5K. So min price receivers all around. Great value options on both sides. All right, let's go over to, again, we're just getting started here. Let's talk about Green Bay side. Aaron Rodgers is playing. Devontae Adams is playing. Alan Lazard may return from the injured reserve. Had a core muscle injury, and he practiced last week. I think he's trending towards playing. $7,400 would be interesting. $7,400. But again, that's something we'll know by around 4 p.m. today. They have to activate him off the injured reserve. In the backfield, Aaron Jones is still super questionable. He traveled with the team to San Francisco. Green Bay's medical staff is notoriously conservative in getting players to return from injury. I'm wondering if they wait one more week to get him back. But because of the other backfield issues they have, maybe they do allow him to play. Jones says he feels healthy, but it's up to the medical staff. Limited practice in consecutive days. But A.J. Dillon, COVID, he got it. He's out for today. As a result, his close contact and backfield mate who's handled most of the work since Aaron Jones has been out, Jamal Williams, high-risk contact, he is out. So because the top two running backs are out, maybe they get Jones back in the lineup. We'll see. True 50-50. We might not know until 90 minutes before the game starts. So number one piece of advice today, wait to build your lineups before the game starts if you can utmost afford it. If Aaron Jones is also out, which means Jones will be out, Jamal Williams will be out, A.J. Dillon will be out. They'll call up practice squad, running back, second-year man Dexter Williams, 6th-round pick last year. Team pretty much hates him, just given all the quotes and how they've treated him in the past. But he's $200. He'll be the starting running back. Tyler Ervin, running back in college, but a receiver at every stop in his NFL career. Slot guy, gadget guy. He's also $200, so he'll probably get some backfield looks as well. This is a crazy slate. We have a ton of min-price players. Let's go over to FanDuel, see what they're looking like. So Dexter Williams, he's 5K, of course. Tyler Ervin, might be a little more, 6,500. Tons of cheap options. It's crazy. So if we're trying to build low-risk lineups, we have to know if Aaron Jones is playing first because we want to get in Adams, who's going to get 10-plus targets, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, 7,500 left per player. Can we do this? Can we get Mullins in? No, 3K. So this makes it more difficult if Aaron Jones is in for low-risk contests. If he's out, then we get Mullins. Then we get Hasty. 6,500 left per player. Obviously, tons of value plays to get him in. So our low-risk contests are going to determine whether or not we can get Aaron Jones in the game. Because the coaching staff or the medical staff is so conservative, if he plays, he's going to have a full workload. Aaron Jones, that is. So play him as you normally would if he is active. Same thing on DraftKings. Try to fit him in. We go Adams, Rodgers, Aaron Jones. I don't know. Where's Nick Mullins here? If we can find him. There he is. 700 per player. Can still get it in because we got all these $200 options. So it'll depend. Again, if Aaron Jones is out, opens up things so much more. Now, with Mullins underpriced, both running backs splitting time for San Francisco, all these unknown receivers, legit like 90 to 95% of the captain and MVP ownership is going to be on Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones if he plays, and definitely Devontae Adams. So huge leverage opportunity. Remember, 49ers are only 7.5-point underdogs. Nick Mullins can get there if the game is close. If JaMychal Hasty takes over the running game and Green Bay can't stop the run again, he could end up the optimal. Just because they're the only players available doesn't mean that they're the most likely to be captains and MVPs. Yeah, in general, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, if the slate was played with a full complement of players on both sides, Rodgers would be 15-20%, Devontae Adams 15 to 20%. They're going to be double that tonight. Probably close to 40% ownership each at the captain spot. Really interesting. So it's tough to give a lot of actionable information about this slate at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I encourage you to go check out our daily plug at occupyfantasy.com. When that's posted later this afternoon, we'll have an idea of who's been activated, who's going to play, and we'll have a more concrete game plan for how to attack contests. Occupy model is going to continue to be updated, our real-time player dashboard, as we get news about who's in, who's out, who's playing, who's not. So occupyfantasy.com is where I encourage you, after you watch this video later this afternoon, go check it out. We're also doing a live Twitch stream tonight where we can analyze a lot of the breaking news. Twitch.tv/occupyfantasy. You can follow us over there and be notified when we're going live. So that'll do it for this video. Be sure to subscribe. Get us to that 2K subscriber mark. We're doing a giveaway. Once we hit 2K, it's going to be an awesome giveaway. So the quicker you click to get there, the quicker we can do that giveaway. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. And again, if you have questions, I understand you probably do. Go ahead and hop in the comments below. We'll answer them before the slate locks. 8:20 p.m. Eastern tonight. So Brian Jester, Occupy Fantasy. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you soon.